Well, I guess I'm going to call this part 2. I tried to cram everything into one video, the removal and installation, but there's so much to this thing that that's not going to happen. So I'm just going to start putting everything back together now. But first I got to get these studs out of this exhaust. These are actually press fit in here and they're really not supposed to come out. I'm going to use an air hammer on them. And a torch, map gas. You could use a regular hammer if you want. It's really the only way you're going to get the things out. They're in there really good. You want to be careful too. Wear some safety glasses because this rust right here, you get it hot enough, it's just going to flash right off. And boy, if you get one of them burning pieces of rust in your eye, you're not going to like yourself. See, I bent it a little bit, but trust me, that's no big deal because that'll all just squish right back together. Might even help it seal a little better. Yeah, when it comes to Fords like this, I'm telling you, if you don't have an air compressor and an air hammer and a grinder and a torch, there's no sense working on the vehicle because you're going to need it. Just about any Ford you work on. I'm not even kidding. I'm just going to take a chipping hammer too and get the flakes of rust off of here. See all that coming off? That'll help it seal a little better. I got to do that to all the flanges because they're all going to be like that. I guess I'm just going to try to manhandle this booger up here. I'm just going to start these bolts now. I got to take them back out to put the control arms in, but I just want them in place just so everything else lines up pretty good. I'm going to leave them loose for the most part. I could probably tighten these right here. In fact, I think I will. It's in there. Vac and pinions lined up pretty good. Yeah, I'm going to have to put a jack underneath the axle to turn this engine because it's not square. So I'm going to leave that a little loose because I still got to do the other side. You can just go ahead and tighten up the other side now. It's always great when you wrap your head and it feels like your skull's bleeding. You gotta wonder if it really is. Nope. Just a nice rush of blood to the skull. I'm going to do this lower control arm. I'm going to have to run a tap or a thread chaser down this hole. It ain't right. That's what I'm doing right there. Clean this thread up, and I'll be back in business. Had to go to the hardware store and get some nuts for the exhaust. There was nothing left of the ones that I had. They're 10x1.5s. If you ever want to make a lock nut, all you got to do is take a regular nut and smash it with a hammer. That didn't work. So I'll smash it again harder. Oops, that's too much. I'll unsmash it. Oh, I lost that one. Here, let's try that again. I got extra. Oh, shit. I'll try this. Yeah, I can barely start it. That's how you do it. And that's good. See, it's not round anymore. It goes in about halfway, so yeah, that's good. That'll do it. Now I got 6 locking nuts. Well, I'm going to reuse all the old gaskets, and yeah, these metal gaskets, they don't wear out, so I like them. But I got this stuff. It's really good sealer for gaskets. I'm going to take this oxygen sensor off. I don't know why it won't go back in the way it came out. After plenty enough complaining and prying and tugging and loosening and tightening, I got the thing in there. I just turned the camera off because I had to use my pedestal. I actually loosened these frame mounts up. And then I jacked up the axle a little bit. Then I pried on this a little bit. And I pulled the frame down a little bit. And I banged on some stuff a little bit. That thing's crammed in there like nobody's business. I don't know why the other one just came right out like magic. That stuff squishes in there real nice, and it's not like gasket sealing either. When that dries, it gets as hard as a rock. It's good stuff, it really is. I know Napa sells it. I don't know about everywhere else. I've seen it at O'Reilly's too, I think. I got to get this oxygen sensor in here and plugged in. Always use anti-seize. Always use anti-seize. Now for the transmission mount, or transverse mount, or I don't know, whatever you call this thing. Same thing with this. More juicy juice. See, it's nice and squished all the way around. It's just fine. That won't leak. I just got to do these 1.25 inches. The Doom Man. Noonie, 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 noonie. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Look, I'm Doom. Ooh. Okay, this drive shaft fell apart. This cage came out with the bearings and it's not supposed to. So I guess I get to show you how to put a drive shaft together. Taking it apart was easy. I just did it. Yeah, this goes on here like this. And it goes on the boot like that. And then this cup goes over here. This cup fell off. The cage was inside of it. So yeah, when that happens, you got to take this all apart. So this cup side is flat. I took this off the shaft, so that goes that way, just like that. And what you got to do, you got to make sure it goes wide, skinny, wide, skinny, wide, skinny. You can't have it wide, wide. It'll go on. Nothing will work for you though. It won't turn. So, all right. Here's how you do it. I had to take it all apart because you got to do this from the back side and not the front. So I'm just going to have a seat. I don't know if you can see this or not. Don't really care. Yeah, I'll put the cage in here. You got to keep this clean as you can too. No little specks of cruddy, dirty, nothing. It's got to be really clean. Okay, so I got 2 of them in there. And I can stick this in here like this. Just like that. And you got to ever so gingerly put in a bearing at a time without this thing falling apart on you. I tell you, if you like puzzles, you're going to love this one. There it is. It's all in there. And you got to pack it with CV grease. When you do a pack, you put it in there and you push it in so it gets in between the bearings and the cages. Smash it in with your finger. I'm going to use an 8mm swivel socket. I got this too. 6-point Craftsman 8mm. Specifically for these. Oh, and battery terminal ends. There. One more pain in the butt done with this car, truck thing. Oh, I just got a cover and some tires, I think. I hope. I'm going to put a self-drilling screw up there, 1/4 inch. A lot of times when you use these, you want to make sure you're not going to run it right through a radiator or something. Looks like I got plenty of room. There it is. And no antifreeze is dripping on the ground. That's a plus. I'm going to do one more thing for this person before this thing leaves. This hanger's broke. And this one over here is about ready to break. So I'm just going to weld them up. It won't be long and this exhaust is going to want to fall right out on them. There we go. Tires look almost straight enough. One's, yep. Might need alignment, I don't know. It's nice and quiet. Sounds like a truck. I'm going to take it around the block and call it good.